Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing fine and are taking care of yourselves. My name is Kanika Tandon and I'm here with the video of class 6 English 2nd. Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is chapter number 3, A Turkish Judge. Let's story about the trouble. As from our others or uh, and he was asking where was made him sit on the steed's back and rode to Basra. Steed, and what is the meaning of steed? It is a horse that is available for the ride. Now coming on to the next page. Wait further. But the old man, what did he do? The old man said to the disguised caliph to get off his horse and demanded that the horse was his own. The caliph was taken aback. Ungrateful man, he cried, did I not pick you up from the grateful man, and asked him that he had picked him up from the picked him up from the road and gave him a ride. Very true, replied the man cunningly, but can you prove it? I am a stranger in Basra and so are you. It is your word against mine. Give me the horse and I'll be on your way. But the old man said that we both are strangers and nobody will trust any one of us, so give me the horse and carry on with your work. The caliph was faced with a dilemma. He knew if he forced the man off the old man would cry out, a mob would gather and turn against him. On the other hand, if he gave him 10 gold coins, the old man would let him ride away, but then he would be encouraged to cheat other people in the same way. The caliph thought for a while and then he said to himself, I'll go before the Qadi of Basra and ask him to settle the case. So now what happened? So if he would, since the caliph was very much confused too, and he did not say another thing to the man, create a scene. So he was not gold coin. Every Caliph decided that he will go to the Qadi because if he gave a wrong justice, he'll lose this horse. And but so what happened? So basically there was an oil merchant and a porter, and the porter claimed that one second, Your Honor, said the old merchant, any witnesses? Asked the Qadi. No, Your Honor, answered the man. So what happened now? There was an old merchant and a porter. The porter claimed that the gold was his, but the old merchant said that it was his. The old merchants claimed that that gold coin was his own, and he always carry it, but he has lost it just today. Now the Qadi has asked whether there is any eyewitness that the porter or the oil merchant has, but there were no any witnesses, and the oil merchant said no, Your Honor, there are no eyewitnesses. Coming to the next page. The Qadi asked the men to leave the coin with him and return to the court the following day. The Caliph was puzzled, and he wondered how Qadi would pronounce a decision. The next case was called. The two other men approached the Qadi. So what happened? So Qadi took that gold coin with him and asked the men to come to him at the end of the day. And now this made Caliph very confused that how Qadi will give any kind of justice to it. Now the next case answered the man. Now has it and very well. The name of the book was Book of Learning, and he said that the tailor has stolen it, and right now this book is my book is with the tailor only, and he claims that this book is his. And Qadis did the same thing to with them and asked the tailor to give the book to him, and then called him the other day. This made the Caliph quite confused himself. Next, the Qadi called the Caliph and the old man before him and inquired why they had come to the court from a distant land. This man asked for my help, and taking pity on him, I brought him with me to Basra. When I asked him to dismount, he refused, and now he claims that the steed is his. So now the Caliph and the old man was called by the Qadi, and he asked his problem. So the Caliph started speaking about everything that had happened. He said that there are that he is a traveler from a distant land. I mean, he has been traveling from a far place, and since he saw this old man lying on the ground and asking for help, he helped him. And now after coming to Basra, and when the Caliph asked the old man about getting off the horse, he said that the horse was mine just because he had a ride on it. Coming to the next page. Okay, the Qadi then turned to the old man. What do you have to say in your defense? The horse is mine, your honor, answered the old man. I have cared for him since he was a colt. If that horse is taken from me, how will I live? I am old and feeble, and I can barely walk. I need my faithful horse to carry me. Here the old man wailed and forced false tears to gain the sympathy of the Qadi. And then when Qadi asked the old man whether he had to say something for himself, he played the sympathy card, and he talked in a way that proves the Qadi that he is an old man. He told him that this horse was with the old man when he was a colt, and he has taken care of him all his life, and right now, since he is old, he has nowhere else to go, and he can barely walk. He cannot walk properly and do anything, so he wanted the horse for himself. The Qadi calmly asked, have you any witnesses? No, your honor, replied the Caliph and the old man. So Qadi asked him the same thing about having any eyewitness, and since they had no eyewitness, the Qadi gave him the same decision. And then said the Qadi, leave the horse in my stable and return to this courtroom tomorrow morning. The next morning, the Caliph arrived at the courtroom early, for he was keen to know how Qadi would decide the case of the coin and that of the book. So, in the next day, the Caliph came to the Qadi before the time given. Why? Because he wanted to know what happened with the cases of an old gold coin, and the book. The next morning. As soon as the Qadi entered the room, he ordered the oil merchant and the porter to come before him. Handling the gold coin to the old merchant, he said, here is your gold coin, take it, it is rightfully yours. So what happened? Just before the Caliph and the bookcase, he called the oil merchant and the porter and gave the coin to the oil merchant. Why? Because we don't know the reason yet, so he told him that this coin was rightfully the old merchant's. Then he turned to the porter. You have tried to keep what did not belong to you, he said in a stern voice. Soldiers, he called, take this man away from the courtroom and see that he offers his services free of charges to the oil merchant for a month. And what punishment was given to the porter for as he was trying to steal from the oil merchant? He was punished to do all the work of oil merchant, to be a servant to the oil merchant. Next, the Qadi called the writer and the tailor before him. This book of learning belongs to the writer, he said. I return it to him. And as he was a porter, alright. Okay, so this, and what happened? The book was belonged to the writer. So the Qadi returned the book to the end. But honor, mine, protested the tailor. Soldiers, take this false swearing tailor and ensure that he pays the writer 5 gold coins for the trouble he has caused him, ordered the Qadi. And the Qadi punished the porter by asking him to give 5 gold coins to the writer because he had caused some troubles to him. Finally, the Caliph and the old man were called before the Qadi. The Qadi addressed the old man, "Why have you repaid the generosity of a stranger with ingratitude? I'll make sure you mend your cunning ways. From this day on, you will be employed at the court, and it will be your duty to extend courtesy to all the travelers who come to Basra." And then the Qadi knew that the horse belonged to the man who was the traveler, which means Caliph. And then he, without giving any kind of decision, he told the old man that he will be employed at the court, and his work will be to greet everybody who comes to his village. Why? Because he was being very rude, and he was being very selfish, he was being very cunning with the ways, even when a stranger offered him some kind of help out of the pity. Coming to the last page of the chapter. "Good traveler," he said, turning to the Caliph, "I know that the horse belongs to you. Take it and continue on your way. May your kindness and generosity be better rewarded in the future." And then the Qadi gave the horse to the Caliph because he knew that the horse was his. The Caliph was amazed at the justice given by the Qadi. He thanked him, stepped to the back of the room, and waited until everyone except the Qadi had left the courtroom. And now what happened? Since he was very much impressed with the Qadi, he thanked him and went away. But then he did not leave the courtroom because he wanted to talk to him as a Caliph. He him and said, "Judge, when Qadi did, how was he able to give the justice? These cases have all been very simple," said the Qadi, smiling. "Did you not hear the oil merchant say that he carried that piece of gold for many years? I put the coin into the glass of clean water. Tiny drops of oil came up to the surface. That proved to me beyond doubt that the coin belonged to the oil merchant." So here he used his brain when the oil merchant said that he carried that coin for many years, and since he was an oil merchant, it is very common for the oil merchant to have oil on his hand, and if he has carried it for many years, the coin will have some amount of oil on it. So he put it into the glass of water, and the tiny droplets of oil came out on the glass. So in this way he was able to understand that the coin belonged to the oil merchant. "This is very clever indeed," said the Caliph. "But tell me, how do you know the book of learning belonged to the writer?" Now he wanted to know that how do you know that the book belonged to the writer. That case was also quite easy to settle," replied the Qadi. "On looking closely at the book, I found that the pages most used were those on which the duties of writers and scholars were written. The book belonged to the writer." So in the second case he realized that the book had written the duties of a writer and a scholar. So a tailor would never write something of that sort. If the book was if the book was of the tailor, he would have written something related to the tailoring stuff. All right, but since he had nothing written of that sort, so that book belonged to the writer. "Your judgment is not is most wise," exclaimed the Caliph in admiration. "But how could you tell that the horse was rightfully mine?" So now he has praised the Qadi because his way of delivering justice was really good, and the Caliph was very much amazed and surprised to see such a good power of giving the justice. But now he wanted to know that how come everything was materialistic, so the Qadi did something to it and understood. But now the Caliph wanted to know that how come he understood that the horse was rightfully his. "Last night I had your horse put in my stable. Both you and the old man would have to pass the stable on your way to court. This morning I opened the stable door and stood behind a bale of hay. When the old man passed the horse never looked up, but when you passed the open door, the horse stretched out his head and neighed as horses do when a loved master approaches." So you see, my friend, the matter was very simple after all. And so what happened? So this same thing happens with the dog. With dogs also, it would bark on the stranger and love the master. So this thing happened with the horse also, that since he was standing in the stable, when the old man walked past it, he did not even look at it, but when the Caliph was passing him, he neighed at him. So this way Qadi knew that the horse belonged to the Caliph. "Your wisdom is indeed beyond compare, Qadi," said the Caliph. Then, revealing his true identity, he said, "I am Caliph Harun al-Rashid, honest judge. I now make you the Grand Qadi of all Baghdad." And with this, the Caliph of Baghdad was so happy, so inspired, and so admired, and he was so impressed with that Qadi, that he made him the Qadi of whole of the Baghdad, not only of Basra. With this, our chapter is over, and I hope that you all have understood. I'll see you all after the summer vacations with the question answers and the exercise of this chapter. Till then, please take care, don't go out, stay safe, and have a good vacation. Thank you.